Welcome to the survey questions video for Mrs. Sullivan's Flipped Classroom. This video is for the parents to watch. However, if students would like to watch it, please feel free to watch it as well. I've gone through and included every question that a parent sent in that was in regards to the flipped classroom. Alright, so the first one, what if they watch the video multiple times but still fail to grasp the mathematical concepts before next class or the allotted time allowed? Well, that's the whole purpose of doing the flipped classroom. I'm doing this so that this way if students are struggling, I can actually sit down one-on-one with that student and work with them until they understand it. In the traditional classroom setting, I would be lecturing for approximately 20 minutes, maybe a little longer. The students would go home and then I really wouldn't have that opportunity to sit down with them one-on-one. So the whole purpose of it is watch the video once if you want to, if you need to, watch it again, and if you still don't get it, jot down your questions in your notebook, and then you and I can sit down one-on-one and go over the material. Will the week's study resources be a direct coalition for the test and quizzes? Everything that we are going to do this year is going to be for the quizzes as well as the test and the SOL. We will have a few review lessons throughout the year just to get you ready for the upcoming material that will not be directly tested, but you do need those skills in order to be successful on the new material. So everything that's in a video will be on a quiz or test in some way, even if it's the preliminary information. So the very first video we watched was prime factorization. That is not going to be directly on a quiz or test. However, just about everything is. There's only a few review lessons that we'll do throughout the year. What if there's a disruptive student in the group? Well, if there's a disruptive student in the group, then they will sit in the back of the classroom by themselves until they can come back to the group and work and be on task the way that they should be. If there is someone being disruptive, I do encourage students to let me know that if I'm not aware that they're disrupting the group's learning. Are all math classes using this? All the math classes are using this in some way. Some are doing it for every lesson, such as myself. Others are just doing it on some lessons, but most of the math classes are using this in some way. And then, is this method used throughout Virginia Beach schools or just Independence Middle School? This method is used by teachers that choose to do it this way. Some teachers have been using this method in Virginia Beach schools for over a decade. Some have just started, such as myself. It's not Virginia Beach school based, it's not Independence Middle School based. This is just up to the individual teachers and the way that they want to structure their classroom. I will say that there are many teachers both with Independence Middle School and much more with Virginia Beach schools that are using this method. What is an exit ticket? An exit ticket is a 1 to 3 question that the students answer and they turn in to me so that I can make sure that before the next class, before they come in, that they understood the material. So if they don't get those questions correct, then I know that I need to sit down with that student and work with them. And then, are Trapper Keeper type notebooks allowed? Yes, they are. Is this the first year of the flipped classroom? This is the first year of the flipped classroom for me. I have done other flipped lessons, but this is the first full year of the flipped classroom for me. But for, like I said in the other parts of the video a few slides back, other teachers have been doing this for a very long time. Will there ever be homework without a computer? Yes, there will be homework without a computer. I do encourage, or would like to do when there is review homeworks, I would like to do them on the computer because then students can answer the question and get immediate feedback, whereas if they're doing paper and pencil homework, they don't get any feedback until they come into class. So we will do a lot of our review homeworks on Kuia.com, Q-U-I-A.com, and the students will answer the questions, and then once they answer the questions, they can get feedback, such as, say it's an exponent question, it might say, did you look at the exponent and did you expand it to be the number of times, or did you just multiply the exponent times the base? Did you do that common mistake that a lot of students do? That's just one example. So there will be homework without a computer. It just will be rare. Doesn't mean that all new information will be given to them this way. All new information will be given to the students this way. Some will be more, if it's a harder topic, it might be more of a introduction through the video, and then we'll really get down into the pieces of it in the classroom setting, specifically when the videos are going to take much longer to go over. So yes, the students will at least be introduced to all new concepts this way. Why do you have a video classroom? I'm doing this, I might have already answered this question for the person that wrote this one, and I tried to answer this in the flipped classroom video, but if you're still curious, I'm doing it this way so that the students are already familiar with the material coming in, so that I can sit down with those that are struggling one-on-one, or even just so that I can communicate with the students more if everybody's getting it and they're on task, like what happened on Friday when we did exponents. I was able to sit there and talk to the students and talk to them about why some of the exponential problems came out the way they did, such as 10 to the 7th power. So many students said, this can't be right, it's such a big number, but in fact it was correct. So it enables me to really sit down with them and explain to them the why. And Friday was truly an awesome day. So I want to thank all of you that did sit down with your children and make sure that they did their homework. Why do you have to watch videos for homework? I think I already answered that one too, but just in case you're not sure, we're doing this so that this way I have time to work with the students one-on-one. And those students that came in and they got it, because I've been doing entrance tickets as well, where the students answer a couple questions, I just collect them and flip through them real quick. The students that are getting it, I could give them an enrichment activity and truly help them even dig even more deeper, whereas those that are still struggling, I can sit down and work with them. Whereas if I taught in the classroom, I would not be able to do that. I would deliver the material, the students would go home, do the homework, and then they would come back to class the next day, and we would go over new material, they'd go home, do homework. There wouldn't be any time to sit down with the students one-on-one. How will we know what he needs help with when we don't see him doing the work like we do with traditional homework? As far as this, I am sending home some sort of worksheet with every lesson. Now, it's not homework and it's not classwork, it's extra. So if the students feel that they need extra practice, or even if you want to see, well, do they get it? You could sit down with them that night or even over the weekend or whenever you have free time, and you could say, okay, we'll do a few of these problems and then verify that they are getting them correct. I know some parents really don't like math, so they might not even be sure if the student's doing the work correct or not. But if you are good at math, or if you're able to figure it out by looking over the notes, then you could definitely have them sit down and do a couple extra problems just to make sure they get it. Now, that doesn't mean they have to do the whole thing, but they could do 5 problems just to, if you want that reassurance that they're getting it. Also, we do have frequent quizzes, and so then you can also look at those grades and see, are they getting it or not getting it. Is the learning material maintained on hard copy? Everything that we're doing, they're going to be given a paper copy of, unless it's an activity. So I'm trying to make sure that I give a worksheet of some sort to go home. Again, it's not homework, not classwork, just something so that this way if they do need that additional practice, they have it on a hard copy. Are all homework assignments and projects online only? Most of the homework assignments will be online. I already went over that. I'm sorry, I should have put this with one of the other questions. So if we do projects will more than likely not be online. And then homework assignments will generally be online, but there will be some paper, pencil homework assignments here and there. How would I know about the video he will watch for homework, and will he have one every night? You'll know about the video through the listserv email. If you are not signed up for that, if you're not getting the homework emails, they have been going out every day. If you are not getting those and you would like to get those, you can do one of two things. You can comment underneath this video and then tell me that you're not getting them and give me your email address, and I will put you into that listserv email, homework email, or you can email me and I'll put you in there. And Woody have one every night. Your students are not going to have a video every night. As a matter of fact, they won't have a video at least one night this upcoming week, maybe two, and then 1 or 2 nights the following week. Anytime that we're reviewing for a quiz, reviewing for a test, or there's something else going on in the classroom where it's not new material, there will not be a video. Will these videos require sign-off of some kind? How do we know if they finish the homework? Right now, the videos are just regular videos. The students watch them and they complete their notes. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see, did they complete their notes and did they put any questions? Do they, underneath of them, that's something that they didn't understand. So I really encourage them to write questions as they're going through it if they're confused. So you can sign off on their homework in their planner if you'd like, but right now I'm looking for them to finish their notes. At some point, I may embed questions into the video and it will give me feedback as to who watched the video and who did not watch the video. What happens if he's completing the few problems takes longer than expected? That's one of the reasons why I'm doing the video, is because typically when I assign regular homework assignments, some students finish it in 10 minutes, others it might take an hour, so it does take longer, and the homework is required for everyone regardless of how long it takes that individual student. So I do like the videos because they take pretty much the same amount of time for everyone. But if I assign regular homework and it takes a little longer than expected, maybe one solution might be to do a few problems when they get home, a few problems after dinner, and a few right before they go to bed, or something like that, or maybe even a few in the morning. If something is taking a student an extended amount of time to complete their homework, I would ask them to do at least half, as long as it's all on the same thing, and then their parent write a note. However, that would have to be for much longer homework assignments, such as test reviews, because those are going to be your long homework assignments. Nothing else should take that much time. When will this flip start sending to email? Right, the flipped classroom does not send to email. I put a daily post up of what the homework is on my website, and then there's the listserv email. And like I mentioned before, you can go ahead and you can comment under this video if you would like me to add you to the listserv homework email. All I need is your name and your email address, and I can get you added. And that is all of the questions that I have. So if you do have any other questions at all, please feel free to comment underneath this video, and then I'll send you a response, and it should alert you once I send the response. Have a wonderful night or day.